beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Still having some difficulties with my YouTube channel, but we are going to make this thing happen. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for popping in on what is found to be the more reliable side of things, and that is my YouTube channel. And so good morning to each and every one of you. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing this morning? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Thank y'all for popping in. Am I live on Facebook? Who's watching it on Facebook? Kendrick, look like you're on Facebook. Joanne, good morning. Good morning, Joanne. And Maria, how could you guys see it on Facebook? I can't see it on Facebook. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad y'all got it. Good morning to each and every one of you guys. Miss Sybil, good morning. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, this morning, I got a teaching series, man. This one has been on my mind for a while. I'm glad to hear it's on Facebook. Listen, guys, I've been thinking about this one for a while, Miss Carol. And so thank you so much for those of you guys joining me this morning. We're talking this week about transcending to another level of peace. That's really what this whole week is going to be about. How do I bring about another level of peace in my life? How do I take control more of what I have control of? And how do I let go of that which I don't have any control? So, Joanne, this one is going to be good, man. This one is going to be challenging, very thought-provoking, but I needed to share this with you guys, okay? I found this to be the difference maker. Very few people understand that you don't have control over everything, okay? I don't have control over everything. There are some things we have control over, however, and it is our responsibility to learn how to identify, okay, what do I have control over? What do I do not have control over? And work those into how you show up on a daily basis. So this week, we're going to be dealing with learn how to act like nothing bothers you. Learn how to act like nothing bothers you. Why is this important? Why is this important? Joanne, this is important because a lot of people are allowing everything to bother them. A lot of people are allowing everything to bother them. Everything is disrupting their spirit and causing them to be in a bad place. And the challenge is to learn how to live in peace, perfect peace. Okay? We're going to talk about that because it's also a discipline. It's also a skill. If you want the rest of your life to be the best of your life, you've got to learn how to act like nothing bothers you. Now, here's the kicker, Miss Carol. Here's the kicker. I didn't say things doesn't bother you. I didn't say things doesn't bother me. I'm saying you have to learn how to elevate yourself. How many of y'all catch that? Kendrick, do you catch that? Joanne, are you catching that? You have to learn how to elevate yourself so that you're not so caught up that the very trivial things just messes with your spirit. Some people go far on the left side of frustration. I'm talking about go into a massive angry place. I mean, because of traffic. They go into an angry place, a disruptive place. They walk outside, start to rain. They just get their whole, a line at the grocery store can mess with their spirit. Not finding a parking spot messes with their spirit. And it's like, wow. There are some people, they go on social media and they scroll down their feed and within minutes, they're angry. Well, there are some people, they watch the news and they're just outright angry. There are some people, as soon as they get within a group, as soon as they get with a group of individuals who have their own idea. In other words, they can't even be in the company of people who thinks different. Can be in the company of people who think different, people who have figured out what it is that they want that's different than you. So in other words, here's the deal. Here's the kicker here. Here's the deal. You want fried chicken. They want Chinese. I mean, there are some people, they get messed up in their spirit. I can't see how you can eat Chinese. I mean, come on. You can't trust what's in the food. Well, why are you getting so disturbed? Why are you getting so disturbed? And so, Angela, this morning, we're talking about learning how to act like nothing bothers you. I call it elevated living. I call it next level peace. It's an acceptance. It's an accepting. So this week, we're going to look at some things. Why am I so disturbed? Why am I so disturbed? And here's the deal. When I say act like nothing bothers you, I'm saying, John Wells, I'm saying things can bother you, but you got to learn how to not let it bother you to the level that it is disturbing your peace. It is causing you to lose your joy. It has brought you to a place where you can't sleep. Come on, you've lost your appetite. I mean, you are losing good covenant friends. Okay, good covenant lifelong partners. I mean, there are some people who have lost out because they couldn't let it go. They couldn't let it go. They haven't learned how to let it go. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about, and we're going to talk about 5 different things this week on learning how to act like nothing bothers you. I want to live at a level where you don't see frustration coming from me much. You don't see me getting aggravated and just totally thrown off. I used to be there though. Let me say this, Angela, I used to be there. Kendrick, I used to be there. But anybody who's been close to me lately, you've not seen a lot of frustrating days from me. And that's not because I am better than anybody else. It's because I'm choosing to function in a different way. Which way are you functioning, Ricardo Miller? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to talk about that this week. There are a lot of people who are losing out because they don't know how to learn how to act. Like there's some stuff, traffic bothers me, but you won't live here for the rest of your life. Oh man, social media bothers me. Oh, my neighbor bothers me. These kids keep messing with me. Whoa, think about it. Think about it. So here's the deal. Embracing, this is going to be the part we're going to focus on today. Embracing emotional resilience is a transformative journey that empowers individuals to navigate life's challenges with a steadfast and a positive mindset. That's where you're going. Everybody write this down. Positive mindset. Positive mindset. You won't be as frustrated. You won't get so disturbed if you understood that a positive mindset will bring you to a place where you understand someone is praying for where you are. Somebody will take what you consider a border, like a frustration, and say, well, you want to switch with me? To cultivate this resilient, this is resilient, right? One must adopt a proactive approach, turning setbacks into opportunities for personal and emotional growth. This is a big part right here. Okay, Rolanda, this is a big part. Personal and emotional growth. How do I not let things bother me? Because I'm learning how to embrace setbacks as something that comes with life. How many of y'all captured that already? Setback is something that comes with life. And when you start evaluating what you're having to deal with, you have the first check off the list. I will not be bothered by that I have no control over. Write that down. I will not be bothered by anything I have no control over. Boy, let me tell you something. That right there deserves, come on, a round of applause. If you can get that right there, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. If you can get that right there, Kendrick, if you can get that right there, Angela, I will not be bothered by what I cannot control. That's powerful. That's powerful. If I have to say, you got to get to that point. Now, how do I do that, Miller? How do I do that? Number one, it's maintaining a positive mindset. It's maintaining a positive mindset. A positive mindset goes towards the fact that I could do something about this, but I definitely can't do anything about that. Okay, I can't do anything about that. This involves consciously reframing challenges as opportunities. Okay, every week, if you've been following this platform, one of my goals is to figure out, watch this, reframing challenges as opportunities. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to have a repeated problem week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out. If it disturbs you that much, get rid of the car. If it disturbs you that much, get rid of the relationship. If it disturbs you that much, get rid of that job. If it disturbs you that much, get rid of that house. Go ahead and move. Well, I can't move. Then you can't. If you can't move, if you can't change the relationship, if you can't change the job, if you don't have no control over this, then you need to change your view. You got to change your attitude. Am I talking to anybody this morning? Anybody? Here's what I need you to do. Maintaining a positive mindset is key. Okay. This involves consciously reframing challenges as opportunities, viewing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stone towards personal development. I'm going to get better at this. Number two, guys, embracing resilience requires a commitment to facing challenges head on. Stop beating yourself up and stop getting down in your spirit. But what can you address? I can address this. I can get up earlier and beat the traffic. I can start counting my nickels, my pennies, my dimes. I can start managing my money better so that I can not be so financially concerned. I could choose not to answer the phone every time. How many of you have these people, every time you answer the phone, they frustrate you? You said, boy, this dude frustrates me. This person frustrates me. Hey, you don't have to answer the phone. If that brings a level of peace to you that you didn't answer, well, it's gonna mess with my spirit if I don't answer the phone. Then here's the deal: you got choices. You're not a rock. You can make a commitment to do something different, but you got to start facing challenges head on. Some people, John Wells, are ignoring challenges, and ignoring a challenge doesn't eliminate the challenge. Angela, you like that? Ignoring the challenge doesn't eliminate the challenge. So, Miss Jocelyn, some things you got to be able to say, hey, listen, I'm going to deal with this head on. I got to confront this one. This is the elephant in the room. This is the skeleton in the closet. This is the stuff I've swept under the carpet for too long that it is starting to it is stinking up the space. This is a problem. Okay? Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, acknowledging setback as integral parts of life journey. This is number 3. You got to get to the point where you realize there are some setbacks that comes with life. Life has some setbacks in it and you have no control over it. That ought to make somebody shout and be happy and have a different kind of swagger as you go out the door today, because some things you have no control over. If you have no control over it, stop letting it bother you. Stop letting it disturb your spirit. You are better than that, okay? You are better than that. You got to get to the point where you start saying, I'm going to acknowledge certain setbacks as integral parts of life. That's just where it is. Now, here's the deal. If you're not in charge of everything, why in the world are you so frustrated about the things you are not in charge of, the things you have no control over? There are some things I have no control over. Write that down. Grab a hold of that. There are some things I have no control over. Well, my boss is going to be mad. My sister's going to be mad. My mama going to be mad. My neighbors is going to be mad. If they're mad, let them be mad. Let them be disturbed. Somebody asked me the other day, Miller, how come you're so at peace? Why do I see that you're so at peace at so many different times? It's because I have chosen to do what I'm about to teach this week. What's the topic this week? Learning how to act like nothing bothers you. Now, it doesn't mean that it doesn't throw you off. Doesn't mean that it doesn't get to you every now and again. But you can get better at this. Angela, you can get better at this. You can get better at this. You can get better at this. Learning how to accept certain basic facts. Number one, maintain a positive mindset. Someone is praying for what I have. Stop being a jerk. Stop being so difficult. Stop being so negative Nancy. Stop being so the glass is half empty. You got to see the blessing in what you currently have. Go ahead and maintain a positive mindset, and it'll cause you to stop being so bothered. You won't be so easily bothered when you realize you're blessed and highly favored. Number two, embrace resilience requires a commitment to facing challenges head on. Some things you got to say, this stops here. I got to go face this one. This is the elephant in the room. This is the skeleton in the closet. This is the stuff I've been sweeping under the rug. I got to call this devil out. I got to address this one. Listen, if you don't address it, it'll always be hovering around. It'll always keep messing with you, and it'll take away your power. And last but not least, you have to acknowledge setback as an integral part of life journey. Listen, if you don't understand, some things are out of your control. You could be driving in your lane, keeping the right mileage on the road, and someone hits your car. You didn't even mess with their car. They hit your car. You could be, listen, in your house, okay? You could be in your house, okay? Just minding your own business, and somebody run their car right through your house. They don't even have insurance, and it just messes up all your stuff, and then you don't have all the insurance. You say, man, I had no once. Listen, there are some things you can't control, okay? There's some things you can't control. The building got flooded. The situation got burned down. You got to look at it like this as I close out. Listen, you got to look at this. The scripture says this in Philippians 4:8. Write that down. Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatsoever is true, I have no control over this. That's true. Then why in the world are you so frustrated? Okay? Whatsoever is noble, let it go. Whatsoever is noble, whatsoever is right, whatsoever is right. It's right, but I'm so mad, but it's not right to be so mad. Okay? I don't like what they did, but you're not in charge of what they did. That's their call. It said, whatsoever is pure. Oh, some of us don't have anything close to pure or close to us because we got so many skeletons in the closet, so many elephants in the room, so much stuff we swept under the carpet. So we come up and we show up, and our energy and our spirit is just messed up. And as soon as we see something, we go to negative Nancy mode. As soon as we hear something, we go to that contaminated side of our spirit that brings out the worst of us. It says, whatsoever is lovely. Look at the pureness and the goodness of it. It says, whatsoever is admirable. Whatsoever is admirable. It says, if anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think on these things. Boy, you want to get to that place where you start acting like nothing bothers you? Let Philippians 4:8 be your scripture. 2024, that needs to be your scripture. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are noble, whatsoever things are right, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are admirable, if there be anything excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. Woo! I am not going for the glass half empty. I'm going for the glass half full. Both are right. It's perspective. It's perspective. We're going to talk more about it this week. If you can get your mind right, you can get your life right. And I'm telling you, you don't have to be so easily bothered. Some people say, you know what, it just messed me up. Well, why are you so easily messed up? I'll talk more about it tomorrow. Join me right here, same time. God bless you. Bye-bye.